All right, let's just hop right into it. Who has a question they've been dying to ask? Oh yeah, okay, the blue, teal, yeah, here.
First of all, you guys are the Greek gods in small things.
No. Might be thank you. Oh, thank you.
But I noticed how Sainthood was maybe, I don't want to say heavier, but a lot kind of rockier than some of your other tracks, or albums, sorry. Was there a reason behind that? Were you trying to appeal to a broader audience, or is that something you guys wanted to do for a long time?
Well, I mean, the answer to that is kind of complicated. Thank you for the question. It's a great question. I think it has more to do with evolution of us as people, and also, you know, and then it kind of gets into territory of, like, we've been doing this now professionally for 13 years, and we've been writing and playing music for 15 years, and I think we just, you know, from record to record, we get tired of doing what we did before, and we just want to experiment. Like, some records we want to play a lot of electric, and sometimes we want to play a lot of acoustic. Sometimes I'm like, let's just go out, Sarah and I, and sometimes I want to bring a 15-piece orchestra. You know, it sort of ebbs and flows with where we're at personally. So with Sainthood specifically, what we were actually trying to do is pretend we were a band, like a real band, like a band that sits in a space and writes music together and jams together and then records it together live off the floor, like old school styles. And we recorded it in a very old school studio in Los Angeles, where like a lot of the Tom Petty records were made, and like, you know, the first couple Nirvana records were made, and it was like, we literally set up in this giant room and like jammed for like a month. And I think it was necessary for Sarah and I as like human beings, but also artists. I think it gave us a lot of confidence, and I don't know if I would make a record that way again. I feel like the intimacy of So Jealous and The Con is something I'm much more attracted to long term. Like, those songs have so many nuances and vulnerabilities in them that I feel attached to them, and I feel emotional when I play them. So, but yeah, like, I think we wanted to rock out a bit. And then the last piece, what you're saying about appealing to the mainstream, I think Sarah and I are definitely still indie rock, and we still have that sort of DIY aesthetic, but I think we're definitely wanting to have a bigger audience, if only just to show that you can be the kind of people we are and still appeal, you know? Like, we feel like what our message and who we are as people is important, and we don't want to limit it. So, but who knows, the next record could be like a polka record, or like, maybe we'll do dance music. I mean, I have no idea. So far the demos are pretty, just very Tegan and Sara, so, but who knows, you know, you never know. So, but thank you for the question.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. All right, a question maybe from this side now. Yeah. You can ask 2 questions. Yeah, I can't say no to people. I'm a people pleaser.
But in, I think it's music, but in art,
I have like 100 years ago. I have no idea. I need to go back and listen to that. I don't know. To be honest, if I'm blowing dust off my brain right now on that part of my brain, trying to remember, but I think it was just, I think I was reading from a newspaper.
yeah, maybe.
I think I just was reading from a newspaper.
Okay,
Yeah, let's move forward.
If you guys were to cover a song today, knowing like how much, or not how much it has moved, just like how you guys have grown, the song you guys have. Like, I know you guys have covered like, Rihanna and Bruce Springsteen, but she's been pretty
So who would we cover?
I mean, I just want to be able to sing a great song. Like, lots of music I listen to is aesthetically really appealing, and but ultimately I just, the thing that I'm most drawn to when I'm doing a cover song, and probably why there's such a wide spectrum of songs that we like to cover, is just, I just want to sing something that is melodically really spectacular and easy for an audience to hear and understand and recognize. If that's the thrill of playing a cover song, like, I could probably be like, here's a song that only 16 people have heard, it's unreleased and unrecorded, and my friend Bob played it for me, and here we go, it's 16 minutes. That hasn't happened. But, you know, it's like there's something about the recognition of a song when you start playing it and it's someone else's, and it's sort of like, that's the thrill of doing it. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really love playing, like, we've tried to play, for example, Supreme songs, and they're like too hard too complicated for us. Like it's just like too hard. But then for some reason, Bruce Springsteen, like there's something that just like the infrastructure of how he writes the song really is appealing to me, and I can really understand that. And like
You covered Alicia Keys.
that was hard.
Recently.
It was very challenging,
Yeah.
and it was by the end of it, I just always wanted to sob hysterically.
We tried for this tour. We were gonna learn it, and in rehearsal, the band started playing it, and Sarah was singing it, and I just was sitting behind them, being like, "Oh man, it's so complicated. I don't want to try sleeping with the broken heart." I was just like,
It's hard. A lot of pop music is actually so next level. You know, I mean, we sort of assume that if something is really popular, that means that it's really simple. But to manufacture something like that, it's actually so complicated. If I could just write a song like "Try Sleeping with a Broken Heart" or "Umbrella," I would be snapping out those jams left, right, and center. I would be like, "What, Calgary? What?" I would just be, but I can't.
I wouldn't, you guys. I'd hold them back.
I'd be like, "Tegan, who?"
Thank you for your question. Oh, you want to know? I mean, I don't know. I'd want to pick something probably really popular. You know, like take a really popular song, like a Katy Perry song or a Britney Spears song, and turn it into a Tegan and Sara acoustic song. But I don't have the attention span. I'd have to get Ted to show me the chords, and halfway through, I'd just be like, nope. I can barely commit my own lyrics to memory. I've got Sarah's lyrics taped. I got like a whole notepad up on stage. I hit 30, and it's like no ability to remember anything. So, but probably something popular. So. Who else has a question? Yes, right here. Well, our routine after a show oftentimes changes. One time I got into a fight in a back alley with a fan. I've actually been in multiple altercations. But so Fight Club. I try not to, but it happens every once in a while. It's been very infrequent. But one time I got into a fight. That's not what I like to do. But one time I got into a fight with a fan after a show because it was a really late show. Like we were probably off stage around midnight or something, and then we had oftentimes what happens after a show is that the promoter or the management or the record company bring back like VIPs, and you like sort of shake hands and take photos and meet people, and then your family and friends are there, so you do that, and like maybe it's like 1 a.m. and you're loaded out and you leave the venue. Then you go to a hot tub and it's filled with people. That never happens. Okay, so we're leaving the venue this one night, which is very common, and there's maybe 100 kids or something out back. And it's like pouring rain and it's late, and your instinct, of course, is that you want to hang out and you want to sign things and you want to take photos, but that's dangerous, first of all. And it's also kind of creepy sometimes because you're like,
Unless you're carrying a knife, which I do, so.
Yeah, no. Most people are killed or injured by their own weapons. Did you know that? Oh, that scared me. Don't do that. Okay, so anyway, we go outside, and there's always this instinct that you want to stay, you want to sign everything, you want to do it all. But anyway, oftentimes the venue people are like, get out, get off our property, leave now so we can go home kind of thing. So we were being kind of pushed out of this venue one night, and we were like, no, we want to stop. So we start signing things and we're taking photos, and this girl, she like, it's her turn or whatever, and I'm like, hi, how's it going? You want me to sign your stuff? And whatever, and she's like, thanks for finally getting out here, or something like that. And I was just like, pardon? And she's like, thanks a lot for making us wait. Like, lays it on thick, right? And I'm like, well, we were working, we were busy backstage. And she's like, this is your job. And I was like, well, no, technically this is extra. And I was like, we've had a long day, we traveled really far, whatever. Usually post-show we like to relax a little bit, maybe have a drink, pack up our stuff. A lot of us shower before we get on the bus because it's like 12 or 14 hours before we get to a venue again. And she's not having any of it. She's like, whatever, just get in the photo. So I'm like, at this point, Sarah gives this look because she knows me, and she's like, wild animal, back away. And I'm like, excuse me? No, how about no? Not going to take a photo with you now. And Sarah's like, it's cool, everything's fine. I'll take a photo, like she's sort of like peacekeeping or whatever. And the girl grabs me and like yanks me like towards her or whatever, and I was like, what the, you know, like I'm like in a bar brawl all of a sudden. And our tour manager at the time was a bigger gentleman, and he was from New Jersey, really funny guy. And he kind of like got involved, and he got in between us, and the girl was like, "Wah!" and he was like, "Ah!" and like they were just, I was just like, "Ah!" like, you know, madness, you know. And at one point, this is like my favorite thing a tour manager's ever said, but basically she was going off about how we should behave, and he was like, you know, we don't come to your job at 7-Eleven and tell you how to run the Slurpee machine. Too far. I was like, everybody walk away. So we finished signing things, and Sarah took the phone with the girl, I walked away and whatever, but. So typically that's kind of what I like to do after a show. Or
I like to read.
Or watch an episode of like Arrested Development. Whatever. Okay. Thanks for the question.
Phone finger, go marriage equality, right on. You're next.
Did you guys enjoy your Pride?
Yeah, excellent. San Francisco Pride.
Good.